All right, we're about to step right in to a CIO's worst nightmare. Think of this as a high-stakes leadership simulation where every single decision you make really counts. This isn't just about reading a chapter in a book. It's a true trial by fire that's going to test the absolute limits of a technology leader's skill.
So let's just dive right in. Picture this. You're the new CIO. You walk in and your biggest, most important project is literally burning cash and going absolutely nowhere. What do you do? I mean, this isn't some hypothetical classroom question. This is the exact kind of scenario that forges or breaks a career. It's the moment that separates a simple manager from a true strategic leader.
Now, this whole situation we're exploring comes straight from the pages of a fantastic book, The Adventures of an IT Leader. What's so cool about this book is that the authors frame the CIO's career path using the classic hero's journey. And Chapter 7, The Runaway Project, well, that's one of the biggest trials our hero has to face on that journey.
Okay, so let's get the lay of the land, the facts of the case. Our hero, our protagonist, is Jim Barton. He's the brand new CIO at a company called IVK Corporation. He inherits this absolutely critical project. They're trying to replace their core infrastructure. But here's the problem. It's been going on for a year and a half, it's completely stalled out, and it is just hemorrhaging money. And right in the middle of this mess is an outside vendor, a firm called NetEffects.
So when you're faced with a complex failure like this, you can't just look for one person to blame. It's never that simple. We need a more powerful way to analyze it. So we're going to break down this crisis using three distinct lenses: an organizational one, a managerial one, and a technological one.
First up, let's put on our organizational glasses. This lens helps us see all the deep-seated cultural problems and the structural issues inside IVK. You know, the hidden fault lines that basically created the perfect storm for this crisis to happen in the first place.
And check this out, because this is where it gets really interesting. What this slide shows is a seriously toxic dynamic. At IVK, the business folks, they just don't trust their own IT department. They're way more likely to believe a vendor's slick sales pitch, even when their own internal experts are screaming, "Warning, red flag." This creates this huge amount of friction and allows vendors to set totally unrealistic expectations just to land the contract. It's a classic and really dangerous organizational problem.
Okay, lens 2, the managerial perspective. Now we're going to focus on the failures in leadership, decision-making, and just plain old oversight that allowed a project with some problems to spiral out of control into a full-blown runaway disaster.
And this, well, this just screams leadership vacuum. You've got the internal project lead who's basically checked out. The decision to hire NetEffects in the first place was deeply flawed. They completely ignored major technical red flags. Then the team got stuck in this paralysis by analysis, creating endless documents but with no clear next steps. This wasn't just bad luck, it was a series of critical management failures, one after another.
And finally, our third lens. Let's look at the technology itself. Because underneath all the drama with the culture and the managers, there was a complex technical reality that was just dangerously underestimated from day one. So here's the crucial point. This project was never going to be a walk in the park. You've got a fundamental clash of technologies. The vendor is a Unix shop, and IVK is a Microsoft world. The existing system is described in the book perfectly as an immense tangle. Just imagine a giant knot that's almost impossible to pull apart into smaller, more manageable pieces. The technology itself was a huge, formidable opponent from the get-go.
So now that we've kind of diagnosed the problem from these three angles, it's your turn. With this framework in mind, your mission as you read Chapter 7 is not to be a passive observer. I want you to be an active analyst. You're the consultant sitting in the room with Jim Barton. And as you read, I want you to focus on these key questions.
So from that organizational perspective, I want you to really think about this. How do you fix a broken culture? If you're the CIO, how do you start rebuilding that essential bridge of trust between your IT team and the business leaders they're supposed to be helping? This is like a core challenge of modern digital leadership.
And from a managerial standpoint, really pay attention to the immense pressure Barton is under. He's got a really tough call to make. What are the actual risks and rewards of just firing NetEffects versus trying to somehow fix this broken relationship? There is no easy answer here. I want you to think about what you would do if you were in his shoes.
And finally, from a technology perspective, I want you to put yourself right in front of that immense tangle. When a problem seems so big and so interconnected that it feels impossible to solve, how do you even find a starting point? How does a leader bring strategic clarity to what feels like overwhelming technical complexity? That's the puzzle you need to try and solve as you read.
Ultimately, this whole chapter presents this fundamental choice that every leader is going to face in a crisis. It's a fork in the road. Do you just manage the problem, stop the bleeding, blame someone, and find a quick fix? Or do you use the crisis to become a strategic leader, to realign technology with the business, to prove IT's value, and to build a stronger, more resilient organization for the future?
And this brings us right back to that idea of the hero's journey. This quote, which is from the book's preface, it just perfectly captures the opportunity that's hidden inside this crisis. The Runaway project is that region of supernatural wonder. Getting through it is the adventure. And that power to bestow boons, well, that's the strategic value that a transformed leader can bring back to the entire company. So here it is, the key takeaway for you as a future leader. A crisis like this is never, ever just about fixing one failed project. It's a rare chance, a huge opportunity to completely redefine the strategic role of technology across the entire organization. The lessons that Jim Barton is about to learn are the kinds of lessons that will define your career. Now it's time to dive in and see how he does it.